Oh, hey Aquarius, how's it going? I'm MJ from Ultra Love. I enjoy doing these intuitive tarot readings, online coaching for spiritual awakening and transformation. And I also have a series of Be the Change online courses, which help people transition to zero waste, veganism, unplug, and getting spiritual. Spirituality simplified based on my own 20-year spiritual awakening, basically. And this is my book, which is helpful, really helpful for empaths or people kind of waking up, essentially. It's sort of like a step-by-step guide to ascension and transformation and self-responsibility and all that good stuff. So, my lovers, Aquarius. I love Aquarians. My sister's Aquarius. Some of my best friends over the years have been Aquarius. So I have a major love for the Aquarians in the world. Okay, so you guys know the score. These are intuitive general readings, so if it doesn't resonate, it's not your reading kind of thing. If it does resonate, that's often a cue to book a private reading to gain greater specificity for your life. It's always my intention to offer divine guidance and loving clarity. Again, it's intuitive, so it won't necessarily look like traditional tarot. And this is, I find this with the intuition. I always have the interpretation of the new paradigm perspective. So usually these readings do resonate with people endeavoring conscious transformation and all that kind of stuff. I was just like scratching my armpit. Okay, my lovers, let's get to it. Right. Okay. So there's this three of swords energy. So some of you guys have been dealing with some heartbreak. It is in the reverse, which tells me that you're on the healing side of it. You're on the other side of the healing of it, if that makes sense. For some of you, I feel like you are getting ready to get out there again, you could say, because there's this Two of Swords in the reverse with the Four of Cups above it. So I feel like some of you, interesting as well, there's sort of this funny energy of like a crossroads of, do you focus on the money or do you focus on the love? And you are coming up in the reading. There's this Queen of Swords, and Swords is often the air signs, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Part of the energy of the Queen of Swords here is I'm hearing it's like this energy of cutting out the false prophets, cutting out the abuse of power, cutting out the energy of you giving your power away. There's a Three of Pentacles over here. So for some of you, you might have actually sought counsel around this heartbreak, energy. And there is a messenger coming in. Actually, there's a lot of Page of Water, Page of Pentacle, and Page of Sword. Page of Pentacle and Page of Sword is in the upright. Page of Cups is in the downturn. So this, I'm getting this feeling of a bit of a creative union happening. There's this younger page energy coming in. The Page of Swords, which is vital, fast, fast thinking. There's a positive energy here with this Page of Swords, the momentum that they're bringing in. And then there's the Page of Pentacles, and then there's this feeling of you rising into your power. Also, there's the Strength in the reverse. This, I feel like this has been something you've been working on for a while, and you're well aware of it. You're well aware of your propensity or tendency to give your power away, to give that person more power than they warrant. And I think what's happening is that you're starting to realize this is part of the connection of the heartbreak. Is that part of, because the Three of Swords in the reverse feels like a pattern to me. It doesn't feel like the end of some big relationship. It feels like a pattern of giving our power away and then getting hurt by people, essentially. Hence why in through January you're coming in as this Queen of Swords, which is like, enough is enough, you know. And you've got your back turned to these pages, right? So even these pages bringing positive messages in, you're like, oh, you know, stay there, you know, don't come much closer to me. This Three of Pentacles feels fairly relevant to me. So for some of you, I feel like you're actually going to seek counsel, a healer, a mentor, a coach, a tarot reader. Like, you're going to seek counsel to help you heal the pattern that's been breaking your heart, basically. Some of you are feeling a bit tight around the money. You're feeling like you're having to protect yourself. You're feeling like, and in fairness, like when that, if a Three of Swords or 9 or 10 of Swords or 5, really, like if those sword energies are coming up, it kind of warrants and or makes sense that we're like, like protecting our pentacles, protecting our valuables, protecting our heart. You know, there's in this card, they're holding the pentacle right in front of their heart. So I feel like right now you're focusing on your own mental state. You're focusing on your own sovereignty and your own pentacle. And that's where I'm getting that you're treading carefully. You know, you're treading from your place of power. And so you finding advice, so you're not going out partying. You're not, you know, this is January, so the party season's over. Another reason you might be holding the pentacles close to your chest. But you're seeking wisdom. You're seeking a wiser counsel, I think, because you recognize this heartache thing as a pattern. Some of it is connected to having blindfolds on around a situation. It is all kind of leaning into this feeling for me in this reading of you really stepping into your power, not giving it away to lovers or people that are doing whatever with business. You are growing. Okay. So the spiritual advice cards are these three, which are extraordinary and beautiful. So Aquarius, when I see you here as this Queen of Swords, this is the energy that you're endeavoring to embody through the month of January, I feel, after a lot of repeat cycles of getting the heart broken. And essentially giving power away, feeling indecisive and then making wrong decisions and feeling like you have to hold on tight, which is what warrants the going for the Three of Pentacles and getting a mentor, getting a healer, having someone to talk to about the patterns that you're in, because you really are anchored. You're anchoring in this Queen of Swords energy, so you really are coming into your power, but you're turning your back on giving too much away too quickly, I'd say, and actually looking toward empowering your own personal strength and sovereignty. So that's really, really important. There's not a lot of love energy, mainly, I think, because this Three of Heart or Three of Swords is here. In the reverse, it feels very much like this might have been a back-to-back, like getting involved and then hurt, and then involved and then hurt, and then involved and then hurt, like taking these offers and getting slammed. So now you're in this space of kind of like closing off a little bit, keeping your pentacles, protecting your heart, and then turning your back on any distraction to really empower your personal strength and your personal power. for some of you, a big part of empowering that strength is finding a mentor, getting advice, grounded, practical, at the same time, inspirational advice that's going to empower you in your Queen of Swords status. It's going to empower you to stay on your throne, as it were, and to move slower when it comes to engaging other people, taking messages from other people, and certainly giving your power externally. There could be a move. I always notice the keys in the Hierophant card. Part of you rising your power and dissolving these old patterns could mean moving property, a transfer of goods. That's what I'm getting. So like maybe you trade your car, or go somewhere for 3 months, go away for 3 months and let your room out or something like that. So it's just an exchange of goods that's moving energy around. It's all about you being in your power and rising your strength. And then Osho, the master that is Osho, is basically saying like this is, and like again, I feel, even though I'm not saying the energies are necessarily easy for you right now, I do feel intuitively like you're on the other side of the most bullshit, basically. Because there's not really much major arcana, and these are all the beginning. What am I trying to say? It's like the offshoot and then the moving up from there kind of thing. So you are on the way up, but you're still kind of tidying the floor before you set off on your journey, if that makes sense. And so part of the wisdom that wants to be known to you, if this is resonating and you're just like, oh, what the fuck, like when do I get mine? When can I move forward? When can I focus on love again? And this signals always to me that whatever it is that you've been going through, whatever it is that you've been through, it's a sense, there's a maturation process. And of course, from this perspective, it has to do with spiritual evolution. It's to do with spiritual maturity and a deeper understanding, rising you to your heart space so you're not giving your heart away, kind of thing. And so you're being filled, and this to me very much feels like an Aquarius card, the age of Aquarius there. And all the Aquarians, for the most part, that I know are very light filled, very, very, very playful, so and ultimately that's part of the advice for I want to say getting comfortable. Part of the advice of you getting comfortable commanding the stage, or like commanding your world from this kind of higher order, is remember that play, how to have fun. That is an attraction point. That is a real attraction point. But of course, oftentimes we need to have things in certain orders for us to really embrace the fun of life. And I feel like that, again, that's kind of the energy of what's happening. Like just getting things back to a certain balanced place for you, just you. There's no partners here. There's no love cards here. It's not about you finding the happily ever after. Not in this reading. For January, it's more about you going, right, I'm good. I'm here. I made it. I got through all this crazy shit. I'm working with people to help me stay on that kind of empowerment path. And rising my confidence, basically rising that strength card, right? And so again, the advice, and this is relevant, January, maybe you've had lots of fun over the holidays, and that's part of saying like keep that going, basically have loads of fun. The maturation process has to do with basically everything that you've been through, and to say like it's not like all is lost, but there's a refinement going on in your energy so that you become more light-filled and more technicolor, more colorful. That's a side intuition note that I'm just getting now, is that some of you are really coming into this phase where you're going to be incredibly attractive to people, incredibly like radiant, and just the shininess. I get that. It's like you're by the end of the month, I feel kind of taking on this new persona, which is very attractive to people. This is another card that is telling me you are coming to the end and then birthing anew. but the dolphins are reminding me again of that playful thing that we're touching on with the Aquarian sign. Like, yes, find your harmony, yes, find your balance, but don't forget to play, don't forget to enjoy life, don't forget to remember that you've got this life that you're living that you get to choose. And so it's like, again, you're really coming into this maturity, and just remember to keep playing, keep it light. That's going to help you move beyond these denser energies where you've been in essence, because it's been pretty tough. And it warrants you, because that page there is in the reverse, and then you've turned your back on these pages. I feel like you're just wanting to take the space that you need to not listen to other people, except for a chosen, someone that you specifically go to for advice. That seems upright in as far as healing this pain of things that didn't work out for you. Just don't lose your playful essence, you know. Be in this queen power seat at the same time with an awareness of fun and play. And I feel like that's going to really help you empower your strength and empower your inner authority. And then that's going to help you kind of gently stabilize being in this more powerful stance, and then not falling back into the old patterns where you give your power away, or you give your heart away maybe too quickly, or without enough information that really does honor and reflect this queen card, right? Because you can't, in essence, like, as a queen, and there's all these pages, I'm like, a queen energy isn't really matched with the page energy. Like, they might have lots of vitality and stuff, but they're not really in their power yet. They're much younger, energetically speaking. So I feel like you're done playing around, that kind of thing, on that level. And so you're really, and hence the heartbreak, or falling in love with people that really are not compatible or suitable, or blah, blah, blah. And so that is the energy that you're leaving behind, I think, in at the beginning of 2020, which makes sense, because we know that the whole 2019 has been a complete shape-shifting head fuck, basically. So for those of you resonating with this reading is really all about you coming back to you, to your power, and then moving forward with wisdom and awareness, and to reclaim that playfulness, that harmony, and to own and honor the maturity of your own spiritual progress, basically. And I think that's going to kind of see you out, so that you're moving out the gate in 2020 from this sense of like maturity and power and nobility and dignity and authenticity, knowing your mind, so that we don't go back into those patterns. So that's the reading for Aquarius, January 2020. I hope that was useful to you guys. If it did resonate, feel free to book a private reading or some coaching calls to help see you through. I love you guys loads. Have an awesome day. Peace.